Thank you, Madam Secretary, for your very kind introduction. Your Excellency Prime Minister Stephen Harper and Madam Harper, Your Excellency President Jakaya Kikwete of Tanzania, Excellencies, Dr. Margaret Chan, Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Jim Yong Kim, President of the World Bank, Mr. Rajiv Shah, Administrator of USAID, Ms. Rosemary McCartney, President and CEO, Plan Canada, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, bonjour. I thank Prime Minister Harper for his leadership in organizing this very timely summit on a challenge that is so crucial for our future. I would also like to recognize President Kikwete for the enormous contribution he is making for women and children. Both President Kikwete and Prime Minister Harper continue to work closely to achieve accountability for resources and better results. Key in helping to achieve this has been Canada's commitment to reducing maternal and childhood mortality through the Muskoka initiative. I want to thank sincerely Prime Minister Harper for his ongoing leadership and vision, as evidenced by yesterday's announcement of an additional $3.5 billion between 2015 and 2020. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, again. This will ensure momentum continues. I call on other leaders of the world and business leaders of the world to follow Canada's example. Ladies and gentlemen, improving the health and well-being of women and children is an issue close to my heart and close to my personal experience. Very personal. Today I'd like to share something that I have not shared until now. In fact, this is quite a personal one. I have been known in my family, and everybody knows that I'm the eldest son in my family entire my life. And I have known that I was the eldest son. But in fact, I should not have been. I should have been the third child. I had an elder sister and elder brother, according to my mother. But unfortunately, they died soon after their birth. Of course, I was never able to meet them. I have no memory at all. Now, having become Secretary General, while I was campaigning for this every woman, every child, I realized that this is what people say child mortality. This is what I have experienced, my parents have already experienced. This is a real story. My mother used to tell me, look, Kimon, when I gave birth to you, to my old sisters and brothers, the women normally would stare very carefully the rubber shoes, whether I would be able to wear these shoes after giving birth. A lot of women, at that time there was no midwives, let alone hospitals, health clinics. They did just with the help of some elderly women, experienced elderly women in the village. That's what happened. And I have seen almost the same thing around the world now, in many developing countries. I have been traveling with Dr. Margaret Chan and Dr. Babatunde of UNFPA, many countries in Africa and Southeast Asia. Then that is why I'm calling you very strongly and very special to my heart. Parliamentary Speaker introduced my name, pronounced Ban Ki-moon. In fact, my name is pronounced Ban Ki-moon, not Ban Ki-moon. But I'd like to use this. I'm going to ban child mortality and women mortality. Again, ladies and gentlemen, when I was a boy, I remember it was considered normal, quite normal. Many things happened around us. To see women and children die in my village. People accepted this as a fact of their life. Our food was not sufficient. Women feared giving birth. What should have been the most joyful day was often the scariest or the saddest day instead. Today, too many people still live that reality around the world. We cannot accept it, that it is normal to lose any woman, any women, any children, anywhere. We know that healthy women and children provide the foundation that enables societies to grow and flourish. They are the best investment that we can make. That is why I launched Every Woman, Every Child initiative in 2010. I wanted to build on the long-standing efforts of the United Nations and the global partners from all sectors toward achieving the Health Millennium Development Goals, and to support our global strategy for improving the health and well-being of women and children. Thanks to many of you in this room, and more than 300 partners of Every Woman and Every Child initiative, there has been movement, remarkable improvement in the health of women and children around the world. This has also been possible because globally, the health community has come together and brought in new and innovative partners. Last week, I attended the opening ceremony of the Shanghai Municipal Center for Maternal and Child Health as part of my efforts to highlight the issue. I saw for myself the difference that can be made with the smart policies, targeted investment, and most of all, a political will at the leaders' level. China is one of the few countries to already meet the goal on child mortality. China has come very so far. The world is currently reducing under 5 deaths faster than at any time in the past 2 decades. This means 17,000 fewer children dying every day. It means that maternal deaths have been able to cut by almost half since 1990. That means, again, more than 6.6 million children are saved in a year. We should be immensely proud of these achievements, yet we still have much to do. Despite all of our progress and all our efforts and investment, annually 289,000 women still die while giving birth, and estimated 18,000 children die every day, mostly from preventable causes. In particular, an estimated 5.5 million newborn and stillbirth deaths occur every year. We need to redouble our efforts to accelerate progress and ensure no country falls back on the gains made. This is especially true where there is conflict or a humanitarian disaster. Looking ahead, our continuing success depends crucially on 5 factors. First, strong leadership at the highest level. In that regard, I really appreciate Prime Minister Harper for your strong commitment. Second, the commitment of multi-stakeholder partners at the country level. Third, predictable financing. Fourth, accountability for resources and results. And fifth, innovation. All of us, rich and poor nations, the business community, the United Nations, civil society, have roles to play in accelerating our efforts to achieve the health MDGs by the 2015 deadline. We must also ensure that women's and children's health and well-being, in particular, is featured as strongly in the new development agenda, post-2015 development agenda. We must ensure equity by focusing our efforts on the most vulnerable and hard-to-reach women and children. It must be our goal to leave no one behind. Success beyond the 2015 depends on us all working together and forging strong partnership within and outside of the health sector. Yesterday, I met together with Director General Margaret Chan 4 new low-cost innovations, very impressive, for women's and children's health, developed through partnerships between sectors. We need to continue to support and scale up new solutions. Key factors such as water, sanitation, nutrition, education, climate change, energy, gender equality, and women's empowerment also play a crucially important role in improving health. This is especially true when it comes to addressing non-communicable diseases, for which inaction is a global risk we simply cannot afford. Health should be at the center of sustainable development. With sustained and increased investment and a focus on equity and human rights, a world with zero preventable maternal and child death can be achieved within a generation. It is our duty not only to ensure survival, but to enable these women and children to thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, so let us together commit ourselves to deliver a world of health, safety, and possibility for every woman and every child. Let no children grow without their mothers. Let no mother have to grieve a lost child. Let every boy and every girl have the opportunity to know and enjoy their sisters and brothers. That world is possible if we work together now or today. And I thank you for your attention and your leadership. Thank you. Merci.